Hey guys! So before I get started on the topic of today's video, I wanted to mention that if you hear a lot of loud rumbly noises in the background, the trash truck is in my neighborhood right now. And there's all little tiny connected streets in my neighborhood, and this truck, I don't know what these things weigh. They must weigh like 10,000 pounds or something, because when you hear them off in the distance, the rumbling and the noise of them picking up the trash and dumping it into the truck and slamming the barrels back down on the ground, it's loud and it almost sounds like we're having an earthquake or something. So if it gets louder as he approaches, that's what it is. It's the trash man. And if I wait for him to finish and get out of earshot, it's gonna be a long time, because there's a lot of streets in my neighborhood and it takes them forever to stop at every house and pick up the barrel. So if you hear that, because I can hear him getting closer, so if you hear a strange noise, that's what it is. But anyways, who cares, right? Why did I even bother? Because as it gets closer, you'll see what I mean. I know people would have been wondering, what is that awful noise? So anyways, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I have a few new subscribers, and so thank you for subscribing, and thank you to the rest of you who have stuck around over the years. What I like to do periodically, just in case you're new, is I like to tell you what I'm watching on Netflix. The way I use Netflix is I find a TV show that I like, and then I systematically work my way through it and binge watch and watch an episode of that TV show every single day until I have gone through every episode of every season. So the last show that I watched was Haven, and loved that, and went right through it up until their current season, because I watch everything on Netflix, so I'm always like one season behind on everything. So another thing that I just want to throw out there is I never give away spoilers, because, you know, just in case somebody hasn't seen a show, I hopefully tell you just enough about the show to intrigue you and get you to watch it, and then you can tell me, you know, what you thought. Not everything that's on Netflix is great. There's a lot of good stuff on there, don't get me wrong, but some of it is not so great, and I like to use this platform to kind of give you some ideas if you're looking to try a new show, because I'm not going to ever come on here and review a show that isn't good. I pretty much am doing this for only the good stuff and filter out all the crap, because I've watched the first episode of a lot of TV shows that aren't so good, and sometimes it takes a while to get to something that I really like. So my new show is, I've got this hair going across my eye, there we go, sorry. My new show is Orange is the New Black. That is my new Netflix picks. Now this is something completely different than what I would normally watch. Normally the TV shows that we watch, when I say we, I mean my husband and I, will sit down every night and watch one episode of whatever our current TV show is. And the type of shows that we normally watch would be either action and adventure, science fiction and fantasy, that type of thing, because that's what we both like. But we decided to go outside of our comfort zone a little bit this time and watch something different. And right from the very first episode, this show grabbed me and hasn't let go, and I am really enjoying this show. And I'm so surprised, because this isn't something that I ever thought that I would like, because I'm sure that you guys at least have a basic idea of what this show is about. It's about women in prison, and that's all I knew about it before I started watching it, and I thought, women in prison, why would I want to watch a show like that? It's probably depressing and it's probably violent, and I have no frame of reference to this. I mean, why would I even care about this? I'm never going to be in prison, so why would it even matter to me what it was like in a woman's prison? Okay, hold on right there. After I started watching this show, it occurred to me that, you know, we live in a very unstable, violent world. And you never know from one day to the next what is going to happen in life. And I thought, you know, sometimes you can be in the wrong place at the wrong time, or some big event will happen through no fault of your own, just circumstances. Something can happen that can cause a shift in your thinking, or somebody could do something to you that will cause you to do something that is out of character. All I'm trying to say is that never say never, because things can happen in life unexpectedly that can put you in a situation like that, where now you're sitting in a prison saying to yourself, how the heck did this happen? Or how did I get here? And the reason why I say that is, on the show, they don't just show you day-to-day life in this woman's prison. They take you back and give you some backstory to the different characters or women in the prison, and show you how they got there and why they are there, and the circumstances surrounding how it all started. Sorry. It is very well done, very well acted. The only person who I was familiar with any of their previous work was Kate Mulgrew. She plays the prison cook, and she was the starship captain on Star Trek Voyager. So I already was familiar with her work, but everybody else is new to me, and I hadn't seen them before in anything. But this whole story focuses around a woman named Piper Chapman, and she is a young, white, middle to upper class woman who is engaged to a young Jewish man, who is also, I would say, is also like middle, upper class, maybe even closer to upper class families that they come from. And how she ended up in prison, you know, I'm not going to tell you any of that, because I want you to be able to discover it for yourself. But this is a fascinating story, because you have women of all different ethnicities, from different backgrounds, in different circumstances, that ended up in prison for different reasons. And now they all have to live together. And obviously it's a prison, so it's not going to be easy. And the people who work at the prison are a mixture of different kinds of people. Okay, so the prison is what it should be, and also what it should not be, because some of the people who work at the prison are not doing their jobs correctly, we'll say. So there's a lot of stuff going on that maybe shouldn't. I don't want to give too much away, because, you know, I don't want to spoil it for you. But this is a really interesting, well-written, well-acted show. And I noticed that the way they write this and the way they portray it, they bring just enough humanity to it to not only keep you interested and get you fascinated with these people and their day-to-day lives, but it's not extremely dark and depressing, and not what you would think of when you think of women in prison. Okay, it is somewhat sad and dramatic and so forth, but they throw in little bits of humor to keep it from being overwhelmingly depressing, but it is a little bit depressing, but not too much so. It's a nice balance, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And yeah, I really like this show, and I never ever thought I would like anything like this. So if you've heard of this show and you've heard that, you know, it's won awards and people love it, and you think to yourself, I don't think I would like this, give it a shot. Watch just the first episode, and I'm telling you, you will be totally sucked in to what is going on in this woman's life in prison. And it's very interesting and very well done. And yeah, I never ever thought that I would like a show like this, but you never know. There is a lot of great stuff on Netflix. Netflix is such a bargain, I feel, because you can watch as much of it as you want. There are no commercials, and it's really inexpensive. You can get a whole month of Netflix for what it costs you, for less than what it costs you to go see one movie in the theater. And you can watch as much of it as you want, or as little as you want. And I could never go back to watching regular TV again, because I'm spoiled by Netflix now, because I don't have to watch commercials anymore, and I can watch things on my time frame at my own pace. Like, okay, for example, with a regular show on regular TV or even cable TV, you have to sit down every week at a certain day and a certain time and watch this show. Then you have to wait a whole week to see the next episode. And then what happens when they go on hiatus or summer comes and they don't show you any shows all summer long? It's awful, right? This way here, you can just keep watching it at your own pace, and you can go right through a series quickly. Now, maybe some people wouldn't like that. Maybe they want it to last a long time, but you can do that too if you want to. If you only want to watch one episode a week, you can. I think Netflix is awesome, and yeah, I could never go back to watching TV the way I used to. This to me is fantastic and such a bargain. Now, their prices did go up a little bit recently, but I'm a fairly new subscriber, so I was locked into my rate for I think at least a year before they raise prices again. So it does, you know, they do increase the price periodically, but I mean, that's life. The price of everything goes up constantly, so you kind of have to expect that. But I feel like when they do raise it, they're raising it so little that it's reasonable. It's still a bargain even when they raise the price. So that is it for today, you guys. That is my Netflix pick for now. Orange is the New Black. Fantastic show. Give it a shot. You won't be sorry. And if you are a fan of this show and you already watch it, don't say anything in the comment section that's gonna spoil it for me, because, you know, I've only just started watching this show, so I'm not very far into it. Plus, I don't want you to spoil it for anybody else. So that is it, you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.